Okay, in today's short video training, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of being a freelance personal trainer. That is someone that goes to people's homes to do personal training versus being a gym-based personal trainer. I'm going to share with you 3 pros and 3 cons for each. These are not exhaustive lists. This is just based on some of the things that I personally have experienced doing both of those roles, freelancer and a gym-based PT. So let's kick off first of all with the freelance personal trainer going to people's homes, which is how I started out as a personal trainer. So pro number 1, you get to keep 100% of the money that you earn. Apart from having to pay your taxes, your insurance and your fuel, all that kind of stuff, the money you get paid for the hourly rate is yours to keep, which is fantastic. Number 2, it's a low investment startup. So you don't need that much equipment. When I started out, I think I had a resistance band, boxing gloves, a mat, I think a Swiss ball. It was like really minimal stuff. I could literally walk from my car with Swiss ball and a bag over my shoulder and go into a client's house, and that was it. We were good to go. As I sort of progressed and got a bit more into it, I started buying a bit more equipment. I eventually had a portable total gym, which was great for the clients, but not so great for me having to take it in there. But yeah, the investment to get started is relatively low. And number 3, you get a variety of training locations. 1 minute I'll be training a client in a maisonette in the middle of Southampton or just outside of Southampton, and the next minute I could be training somebody in a massive mansion with a long drive up to the house and a dedicated gym area. So you do get that variety of training locations. So those are 3 of the pros of being a freelancer. And again, it's not an exhaustive list. There will be others as well. So what are the 3 cons of being a freelance personal trainer? Well, the first one's kind of an obvious one, I think, and that's travel time. So for me, I would put a pin in the map and I would say, okay, when I was working out of Winchester, I'd say, right, 15 minutes north would be about as far as I'd want to go, and then 15 minutes south would be as far as I'd want to go. But if I found myself working north and then the next client was 15 minutes south of that central point, that's a 30-minute drive. It didn't happen that often, but it would happen from time to time, and that basically means you're having to travel, and while you're traveling, you're not getting paid. So that's going to be a bit of a con. I know with one particular client, I started to charge for the mileage, because this one client I was working with, this was a bit later on in my career, they were a good 30 minutes away. So I said, look, happy to do it, but I factored in the travel time, lost income, so I charged them a little bit more, and they were happy to pay for that. But that can be seen as a con. Number 2, gaining clients requires more marketing skill, above average marketing skills, I would say, because you are out there in a marketplace where people have got a lot of choice. There's a lot of freelancers out there now. Not only the freelancers, but you've got the gyms, you've got online personal training, you've got so many other options, or the clients have got so many other options that they could choose over and above you. Your marketing has to be above average. And the third con, as I started to experience as I got more into this, and I alluded to it earlier, was lumping all the kit into the client's house. When I first started, as I said, it was just Swiss ball, bag of kit, into the house, do the session, kit, shoulder, ball, back in the car. As I developed, I got more equipment. I was having to make a couple of trips to get the kit in the house, and then a couple of trips to get the kit out of the house. So that can be seen as a bit of a pain in the backside, to be honest. And if the weather's not particularly good, then it's not great. So there you have it, 3 pros for being a freelance personal trainer and 3 cons of being a personal trainer, home visits. Let's talk about gym-based stuff now. So let's first of all talk about what the 3 pros are. Well, the first one that I see and I experienced was I had a captive audience of potential clients. I worked out of a facility. My first commercial gym that I worked in, proper one, was a place called Parkwood, based in Salisbury. I'm not sure what the membership is. Maybe, I don't know, 400 or 500, maybe, I don't know, maybe 800 members, I'm not sure, but quite a big membership base. And I knew that there would be a percentage of those people that would want personal training, just like people that join a golf club. Not everyone's going to want a golf coaching session, but a percentage of people are going to want a golf lesson, and it's the same with the gym facility. a percentage of people are going to want personal training. So you have a captive audience, which is fantastic. Number two, the equipment, the facilities, all of that is set up for you. So your dumbbells, your kettlebells, your cable machines, your treadmills, your rowers, everything that you would need to train a client effectively is all there. The toilets, the showers, all the facilities are there set up, which means you have no financial outlay, which has got to be a good thing. And number three, you can see more clients in less time, because I could finish with a client at 10 and I could be seeing the next client literally 1 second after 10 o'clock or 10 a.m. in the morning. So the fact I could see more clients meant I could earn more money because I wasn't traveling in my car. So more clients, more income. So there are three of the pros of being a gym-based personal trainer. So on my list here of three of the cons, and I'm saying cons inverted commas because it depends on how you see this stuff. I personally didn't see these as cons really, but I'm going to go through them anyway because I've heard other personal trainers say these are cons. So the first one is you've got to pay monthly rent. Now, if you're earning between 2.5, 5k a month in a commercial gym, paying £500 rent per month to me is a good deal. Having run my own personal training studio and studios, I'm telling you now, £500 a month just for the facility. Forget about all the marketing stuff that goes with it as well, and the maintenance and everything else that you can add in as overheads. £500 all in per month if you're earning good money in a commercial gym, that is an absolute steal. But I do hear a lot of trainers complaining and whinging about it. And I think most gyms now will offer a ramp-up phase where they may give you a number of months where you pay no rent until you get your client base established, and then they start to take that monthly income off of you. That's certainly how it worked back in the day when I was doing it. I'm going back, well over a decade ago now when I was doing that sort of stuff. And it may have changed in recent times, but anyway, £500 a month is not a big amount of money to be paying out when you're earning good money yourself. So that's a potential con if you want to see it that way. The second one is, in a commercial setting, you can have more competition, more personal trainers are going to be there potentially, which means you are having to divide up potentially what interest there might be in personal training amongst 2, 3, 4, 5 other personal trainers in that facility. Now, there is a way to establish yourself head and shoulders above those other personal trainers. I'm not going to go into that in this video. I might make another video on that another time, but certainly when I was in a commercial setting, I had no issues of establishing myself as a go-to trainer for a particular problem, which for me was weight loss. And there's a way of doing it really, really simply. Even if you're a brand new newbie to personal training, like literally the ink's still, wet on your certificate, and you go into a facility where you've got these seasoned veterans that have been there for like 5-10 years, and they know everybody knows them. There is a way of actually elevating yourself above even somebody with that level of experience. But most newbies, and indeed some experienced PTs, would see that working in a gym-based setting, there's going to be a lot more competition. So that's a pro or con number 2. Con number 3 is, if you at some point in your personal training career decide that you want to go freelance, home visits, let's say you see that as a progression, or you want to open up your own facility, it's not the easiest thing in the world to go from a gym base to your own facility. I know that some PTs have done this in the past where they've taken clients from the facility and taken them to their new facility. Questionable ethics, I would say. It's happened to me when I've employed trainers where, at the end of their tenure, I've noticed that, hang on, some clients have gone and suddenly they're appearing somewhere else. And it happens. There is a way around this if you are thinking about opening up your own studio with staff. A good friend of mine gave me a really good way of actually getting around this, so it doesn't happen to you, or it's less likely to happen. But the con is, if you're trying to go from gym-based to, say, freelance or your own facility, it can be a tricky process doing that. So there you have it. Those are the 3 pros and the 3 cons about being a personal trainer, gym-based, and me doing a comparison between freelance and gym-based personal trainers. Hopefully found that of some value, maybe got you thinking about it if you're in either of those two camps or thinking about entering into one of those two camps. If you'd like to learn more about how you can go about creating a program that separates you from the rest of the PTs in your area, be it freelance or gym based, and you want to specialize in the weight loss sector, there should be a link below this video. You can click on it, it'll take you to a page. You don't have to opt in, put your name and your email in. It's just free training. It lasts for about 60 minutes or so, and it goes through how to create, market and sell your own high ticket weight loss / fat loss programs. So until next time, take very good care and bye for now.